Ωραία.
Κοιτάμε.
Και να δοκιμάσω λίγο εδώ. Θα βλέπει και το πίνακα, ο distant.
Ναι. Βλέπει. Όχι, τελώς.
Κρίμα. Bienvenuto.
Ωραία.
Ωραία. So, off we go. Good morning, gentlemen. I am Lieutenant Commander Engineer George Balagiannis, and we will talk about damage control. This is the definition of a warship according to the United States nation, the biggest navy in the world. So, a warship is a structure that can float on the water, can move independently through the water, and a warship is a structure that can conduct fights, has weapons, and is capable to make military operations. If we cut a little this definition for a merchant ship is something that floats on the water and moves through the water. All right. So, a merchant ship, a simple ship, has to encounter the elements of the nature and maybe some dangerous cargo or some dangerous machinery in the engine room, something like that. And of course, the ability of the captain may, if the captain is not capable, it will cause some damage, serious damage on the boat. But warship, here we can see a corvette firing a missile, something that is always in danger. Even firing a weapon is a danger that can cause heavy damage on the ship. The reasons are that there is high possibility for a warship to confront enemy hostile ships. It carries and handles dangerous material, ammunition, fuels. There are special fuels for torpedoes, for example, that are even more dangerous, more flammable, and when they burn, they become toxic. Here you can see a drill of the United States Navy. It is a fake aircraft that is set on fire, and the fire attack team of the aircraft carrier makes a drill how to approach first of all, and how to put off the fire. And of course, the warships conduct dangerous maneuvers, invasion to shallow water, underway replenishment, frigate gets fuel from a cargo ship underway with speeds of 20, 24 knots, something common. But what is damage control? Tell me, what do you think is damage control? What are the risks on board the ship? Please make yourself comfortable to emergency
or a warship.
Emergency or a warship, whatever you like.
Many things.
What comes,
Collision.
crosses your mind? Collision, grounding, yes, very nice.
Fire.
Fire,
Sorry.
yes.
Flooding.
Flooding, that's good. All right. So damage control is the action taken by the crew. We have an interaction between personnel and infrastructure. An action taken by the crew after a serious incident that occurs on board, and the point on the damage control is to eliminate the impact. First of all, to eliminate the impact, so that the ship can still float and move through the waters. And for warships, it is also to preserve the ability to fight. If we stop a flooding on a merchant ship, fine. But on a warship, we don't stop there. We have to stop the flooding, and additionally, we have to restore the ability to use the weapons. It was, your guess was very accurate. The major incidents on board the ship is fire and flooding in rush water. In a more detailed conversation, we could say that it can be flooding from fuel tanks. So no water, but oil. But this is not, the quantities on board the ship are specific. So the flooding of fuel oil, if there's a rupture in a fuel oil tank, will stop after a while. But if we have grounding, the flooding has to be controlled by the crew. So fire and flooding. Is somebody who recognizes the picture? Norman Atlantic, excellent. Norman Atlantic. 29 persons lost. And it was a ship that we had the first incident, we had fire, but as you can see, we had fire from bow to stern. For 3 days, it was a raging inferno. The ship was a raging inferno. You would have seen on the TV the passengers on the upper deck waiting to be taken off by helicopters. I have to make some maintenance. Thank you. So the fire makes the environment on the ship hostile for the humans. You remember all the persons, all the voyagers were upstairs and waiting to be saved. They could not reach the other places of the ship where they could be protected from the cold, from the rain. The danger is greater if it fuels, if the fire reaches ammunition magazines or fuel tanks. And of course, it reduces the strength of the metallic construction of the ship. There is a tragic event for the Royal Navy during the Falkland Wars. There were 17 persons that were captured. They were burned inside HMS Sheffield because the ladders from the lower decks to the upper decks were made of aluminium. And the HMS Sheffield was a frigate that was hit by an exocet missile, and the missiles, their aim is to produce fire on board. So the firefighting parties that were on the lower decks fighting the fire, because of the fact that the ladders collapsed, they had a tragic end. But more widely, if we see that this can result the reduction of the strength, of the mechanical strength of the ship structure can lead to flooding, because the hull will be torn off. Here is it's not a very good photo, but it is you can see a raptor here. It is a hovercraft, aluminium alloys, and this is the result of a small fire. It just burnt part of the stern. So the fire spread smokes and poisonous gases inside the ship, the superstructure. Erases the watertight integrity between compartments. That is something essential for the ship, especially for alloys that are not so strong than like steel, or for modern ships, composite materials, which is something that growing up. The fire is something catastrophic. Here we are going to flooding. This is a photo from the US Navy in-rush water simulator, where the attack team is obliged to work underwater. If the level of the water rises quickly, so you have to do the job to control the flooding while you are below the water. The brothing apparatus they use are capable of making a dive in 3 meters of water. So the flooding eliminates the first basic criterion that we saw in the definition of a ship, and this is the ability to float. There are incidents that we can have both of them. Fire, you see the helicopter that tries to put off a fire on the stern side, and you can figure out that the ship has taken a port side inclination because of flooding. You see here the safety, the life rafts, persons that try to abandon the ship. I see here a cable trying to tag the ship to a safer environment, a port, near a port, for example. So damage control tries to eliminate the impact. This is the first thing, and stop it. To put off the fire or stop the flooding. There is in damage control there is one motto. Maintain what you have intact. Maintain whatever you have intact. So, if there is a fire on the engine room, you try to keep the fire, the first step, to keep the fire there, not to be exploited on the other parts of the ship. Or if there is, this is a USS Cole that had a terrorist attack, and there was a hole. There's a hole here. You try to keep the rest of the compartments watertight. The Americans, and it's a little jargon, I won't use this language, they were telling us if the compartment is almost flooded, shut the compartment and try to do in the surroundings whatever you can. Shut the compartment so it will flood 100%, and then try to keep the water out of the perimeter. Trying to control the damage, the crew will use watertight doors and hatches. There are specifications for that. A ship is according to the rules of the IMO or the Bureau Veritas, German Lloyd. They have to fulfill specific specifications, the doors and the hatches. There are fire retardant doors. There are installed machinery like fire pumps, ventilation ducts that take the smoke from, in case of a fire, they take the smoke from one compartment and they get it out of the ship. Draining ductors, and also there are portable firefighting hoses, fire extinguishers, wooden pillars, and clows and straw couplings, tools that the damage control team uses in order to eliminate the impact and finally stop the problem. This is a naval gesture. Here we see a watertight door. You see, it's not like door in the building. It seals all around the perimeter. So, trying to control the damage, we use the doors and hatches, fire retardant doors, shut-off valves on pipelines. It is very important to, if we have an incident in one compartment, it's very important to stop the communication, as we say, between this compartment and all the rest of the ship. And shut-off valves on ventilation ducts, because we had an incident in a galley where they put off the fire on the oven, but unfortunately the ventilation, the exhaust duct from the galley was greased because of they were cooking in there, transferred the fire on the upper compartment. And at the time that they were turned on, okay, thanks God, we're done here. They raised the alarm, there's a fire upstairs. There are also the sprinkler systems. You know what is the sprinkler system? All right, a pipe that flashes water all over the compartment, stationary fire pumps, adductors. Here we can see an adductor. It's working with the Venturi principle. CO2 release systems. This is for paint lockers, for ammunition magazines. Halon release systems, not anymore in use because of environmental causes. And high fog systems, teeny droplets, particles of water that have a diameter of almost 200 microns, very small. But because of the fact that the water can store thermal energy, and it is sprayed with high speed, they are very effective. Let me make a triangle. I like colors. This is the triangle of the fire. Here we have substance. Here we have heat. You can read, or I should make bigger letters. And here is oxygen. If one of these three is missing, we don't have fire. We don't have fire. That's why we're trying with all these equipment to cut one of the sides of the triangle. On the portable equipment contain the fire extinguishers, firefighting hoses, portable pumps, small pumps, electric driven or fuel driven, wooden pillars, clows, conical plugs, straw couplings. You know what are the straw couplings? Straw couplings are metal patches that can, in specific diameters, that can they can hug a pipeline, and when they are screwed, they seal the pipe. Of course, you have to have the specific size of the straw coupling in order to do that.
These are used only in Navy vessels or also in merchant?
I've seen them also in merchant vessels, and you give me a very good idea to make some comparisons here. But let me finish with the slides. No problem. And cement. You spoil a sack of cement and you stop the flooding. Sometimes, if the place is allows you to do that. And here on the photo we have let's use our imagination. We have a combination here. You see wooden pillars and some conical plugs inside, and these are attached to the bulkheads with a kind of claws. And here, if the leakage is not dying, you can put some cement additionally. After I told you, the initial actions is to control the impact. And finally, you want to stop the problem, the cause, eliminate the cause. So here, if we had an inrush of, let's say, 1 cubic meter per minute, using these wooden patches, we eliminate that to 40 liters per minute. So then you can put some cement in additionally and stop it at all. And I want to tell me if you want to do some break, a small break. I don't know the times, George.
40 minutes. In 40 minutes.
In 40 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. So, George gave me a very good idea in the warships, in the navies. Okay. We have a lot of crew. The gate is crowded with approximately 200 persons. When I was on a destroyer earlier, we had 270. So you have hands to conduct damage control actions. On a merchant ship, what is the amount of the crew? 30. Depends. I remember a large container ship of 5,000 TEU with 24 persons. Captain, chief engineer, XO officer. They have the con. These three have the con. So there are 21 persons to do all the rest. So that's a big difference. That's why in merchant ships we use standalone systems like CO release systems, halon systems, high-fong, sprinklers. We have very large areas and a few people to work on board. So they use standalone systems. The sprinkler system. You press the button and it flashes the cargo area. Maybe you will have some. Alright, if the cargo is vulnerable to humidity, you will have some problem, but you will save the ship. You don't have the ability to send a full damage control party there to stop the fire. There's an old saying in the Hellenic Navy, "Ένας ίσον κανένας." One is no one. And all the sayings are wise words. So, the damage control is a teamwork. The damage control actions is a teamwork. The only way effective to conduct damage control actions is to use a team. That's why merchant ships, they have a little problem on that. they cannot make a second team, a support team. Maybe they can have the first, the second team, but they cannot. We will talk later about how many teams we use and with which specialty each one of them. Teamwork is a solution and specific techniques. Specific techniques. It's no time for heroes when we have fire or flagging on board the ship. I recall an incident. It was not on board the ship. It was in an urban area in Califea. A firefighter tried to save a lady from a burning building, and he knew he had no much air on the breathing apparatus, and his colleague, the other firefighter, had run off there. So he tried to get inside on his own and save the poor lady, and they were lost, both of them. They were lost, both of them. He did not, unfortunately, follow the techniques. The technique means that you are assigned to do this. You are not allowed to do all the rest. You have to do this, and you have to do this item well. For the rest of the actions, there are other people. That's why we need the teamwork. And something else that is really essential is continuous and aggressive attack on the fire or on the flooding. What do you understand from this? Does it tell you something? It means attack, continuous, aggressive. You don't take your eyes, first of all, you don't take your eyes off the incident. This means that from the first moment that you realize that you have an incident, you try to keep it, to separate it on the place and not allow it to expand. And in order to obtain that, you have to do that continuously, and you have to do that with strength. You have to make a great effort about that. Let's see why the teamwork is needed. Here is it's not. Maybe we can switch off some lights.
Yes.
All right. It's better now.
Yeah.
All right. This is from the Royal Navy in-rush water simulator. You see, the water level is high, and they are all trying to support the two persons that try to put a conical plug and a hole on the bulkhead. We will talk later about the flooding, the problems that you have to confront during the flooding. The teamwork needs cooperation from the first reaction stage. First reaction, when you realize that you have an incident. You have the team has to do clearly predetermined tasks. What I was telling you, you are assigned for a specific task. You do not leave your firefighting hose to try to take off a wounded person from the place. You are not allowed to do that. There is another party that will take the wounded person out. You have, if you are a water wall, you handle a water wall or a firefighting hose. We will explain what is the water wall and what is the firefighting attack hose. You are just there to hold these hoses, nothing more. You have to get into the battle without wasting time, and there must be continuity from team to team. About the time, let me make you another graph. Shall I clean it? Do you know what is an exponential function? Do you remember how goes the graph? Exactly. Like that. Let's define the two axes. This is time. And this is, we can say it, amount of fire. Expansion of fire. This is the graph that is followed by the fire. If you don't catch the fire on the first, if you don't succeed to keep it on the first 1, 2, 3 minutes, then do what the Americans told us to do. Shut the compartment and let it burn, and try to keep the rest of the compartments without problem. This is where is based what I was telling you. Maintain what you have intact. Maintain what you have intact. If, let's suppose, somebody is smoking and he throws the cigarette on the basket, and we have a fire here, and he throws the cigarette, it goes out. The one that will understand the fire, the best thing to do is what?
Raise the alarm.
To raise the alarm, excellent. To raise the alarm. Because the old saying, ένας ίσον κανένας, one is no one. If the one that finds out the incident gets in and tries to put out the fire without raising the alarm, maybe, I don't know if he's Umberto Pellizzari that can hold his breath for 9 minutes. Maybe he will put off the fire. But if he's a common human, maybe he will feel unconscious because of the smoke. The fire will grow up. He will be lost. And maybe the whole building will be lost. Because if the fire goes up, look what is itinerary. You can't catch it there. You can't catch it. So, the first thing is to raise the alarm. And when you get sure that somebody additional to you is aware of the incident, then you try to maintain, to keep it there, to maintain what you have intact, and you have the rest of the building intact, to maintain what you have intact. If you see that you are not capable, or you are afraid to do that, or you don't have the knowledge and the skills, so then what you do? Yes, you evacuate. Which way? I mean,
The prescribed.
prescribed, of course. Yes, I want to tell you. All right, describe what you would do. You come from here.
You see the fire exit,
Yes, I.
and then you have to push it.
Just press the.
All right, press it. Yes, this is. Yes, okay. You see the fire, and you see you cannot you shout fire fire fire. Nobody is around, and you try to figure out if you have a bucket of water, a bottle of water, or coffee to cure inside. It's okay, but if you have nothing, then you just evacuate. You shut the door and you evacuate. You try to keep what you have intact. So the door maybe is not a fire retardant door, but it will save some time. So that 20 meters from here, you will find someone else. Wow, we have a fire. All right, you will raise the alarm. The first step, you will raise the alarm, and then the rest of there will be some firefighting party. They will get organized and they will come to take action against the incident. So you keep what you have intact. You evacuate, but you close the door. You shut the hatch. How much time we have for? All right. It's more easy for me to give me the ring. All right. Teamwork. Here we have the Hellenic Navy firefighting training unit, the simulator. We have the re-entry attack team. The initial reaction is the first attack team. Who belong to this team? Here is. Don't be afraid to talk.
The crew belongs to this.
Yes, from the crew. But I would like you to become more specific.
Is that he already completed a course for advanced firefighting? I suppose that everyone on board.
That's the ideal, of course.
I suppose that everyone has completed this course in order to be on board.
I want you to think in a more simple way.
The ones that are closer to the incident.
You are close. You are close.
These that are familiar to this place. If it's in the engine room, let's say.
Okay, but more simple.
The one that sees
The
the fire.
All right. Yes, it is the one that gets conscious of the incident, the one who finds the fire, and we talked about the team. Team needs at least two be a team. Who's there?
The second one.
The second one. Very well, Christos. The second one, the one who finds the incident raises the alarm. The alarm makes at least another person aware of the problem. So one calls to the headquarters, to the bridge of the ship, all right, and says, we have a fire there. It is maybe a fire of fuel oil, of liquid substances, or it is a fire of gases, for example, or it is a fire of solid material if we have a birthing place, a compartment where people live. And after he informs the officer of the watch on board the ship, they become a team, the first reaction team. What is the abilities of this team? What do they wear, for example? What do they wear, this team? Usual uniform. And we will see later, I have seen that only in navies, we have the anti-flash hood and gloves. It's made of cotton, and they are quite long to cover the sleeves, and they are fire retardant. So you can approach a place, the bucket that is on fire, you can approach to take the coffee pot to try to eliminate the fire. This is the first attack team. The second attack team is some people that are more trained, maybe, as you said. They are they know the task is predetermined. They know that when they hear the fire alarm, they will run to a locker. They will put on a breathing apparatus in the warships, the anti-flash gloves and hood, and they will run to the place where we have a problem in order to have more abilities to get into the battle. If you have only the gloves and the hood, your respiratory system is vulnerable. There is smoke from the fire. So the second attack team are the guys who are more experts. They will carry the breathing apparatus. They don't care if the space is full of smoke, and except of smoke, maybe if there is something toxic in the substance, maybe it will be dangerous, very dangerous for the crew. So they can get in and more aggressively than the two guys that are the initial reaction, more aggressively they can attack to the fire. Not to the flooding, because maybe the flooding will, if it is the inrush water is very quick, maybe the water level will rise. So the poor guys of the initial reaction they will have to get out. And the other, with the breathing apparatus that can be used for a while as a diving scuba gear, they can get to shut off valves to try to put whatever they find as a patch. This is a patch. This could be made a patch on board the ship. This one. You will have a rupture in the bulkhead. You put it there. You use your body until the second or the third part come with extra tools to help you. So, first, the second team and the third team, the good team, as we say. What are these guys? How many do you think they are? Brainstorming. All right, come on, speak up.
Less than 5. Less than 5.
Less than 5. Another one? More than 5. Another one, 5. That's good. Yeah, they are 5. These guys are 5.
Really?
Yeah, really. They are 5 in the navies. Yes. All right. Let's write down. We are 5. So I will write down nothing. I want some volunteers. All right. Get up, guys. Our friend can see us.
Yes.
Buongiorno.
Yes.
Χριστό.
Μόνο να μην τρέξουμε.
Όχι.
Εντάξει.
Έχεις θέμα. Γιώργο,
όχι.
βοήθησε με λίγο, σε παρακαλώ. Ένα τάκ θα το πάμε το γραφείο λίγο πιο εκεί. Ωραία, για να έχουμε πιο πολύ χώρο. Excellent. So, it's okay.
The
It's
camera is
okay.
over there, that's why I want to.
Who wants to be the water wall handler? Sotiris. Excellent. I wanted to simulate the firefighting hose with this one, but it's too tiny. So this is red, the water wall nozzle.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Christos, you cannot
I'm the
walk.
backup.
You are the backup.
Yeah.
So you get here.
Okay.
And what is your task?
To push
Oh,
the.
keep the handle here.
Okay.
All right, and we will simulate that this is what? Hose.
It's
The valve.
Yeah, the valve.
The valve that you shut off the valve or you switch on the valve. And Alex. All right. You seem strong boy. Come here, strong boy. This is the firefighting hose. George, you are an experienced person, so I want you for the chief of the attack team.
Okay. So we have to control the attack.
Yes, of course. And where will you place? I want some initiative here. Where you will be placed in order to control the team.
Okay. The hose over there, the valve is.
Yes, and let's suppose the fire is here,
Okay.
near the team. All right. I want you to take place.
The guy with the hose.
The water wall. Maybe it should be better for me to explain what is the water wall and what is the firefighting hose. The valve that's you shut off, it's clear enough. All right.
Should be placed over there.
Oh yes. Keep this. This one is the water wall, and the other one is Alex, the firefighting. I have a better. I will run a little, but we will get back. Here, pretty clear. So
Umbrella.
it's an umbrella. Congratulations, George. This is an umbrella. Christos, you have the umbrella. Sotiris, you have the umbrella. All right. And what does this umbrella? What the umbrella generally does? Protect us from the rain. So you have an umbrella that it's formed by rain, and you protect the team, the rest from the heat, smoke, the poisonous gases, and the flame. All right, let's go back. Here we are. All right, take place, gentlemen. You have the protection. You have the firefighting nozzle.
Yeah.
So you have the water nozzle, or you can have foam, firefighting foam, if it is a liquid substance fire, and you put the fire out. And you are coordinator, please, take place. Here is the fire.
So, you have the
The firefighter,
firefighter. Yes,
the water wall, the protection,
the protection.
where you should be placed.
I'm a bit confused because
Yes, please.
he has a protection, but he has measures to firefight the.
Mhm.
Well,
Go
there.
first. Good luck. And he follows. No, he has to protect and he has to be behind him.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, so they go in front of him.
We will see that in detail afterwards. And you
I'm over there.
are smoking, all right. No. The guy that is here and smoking, no, the guy that is here and smoking is me, the oldest one. Yes, that tries to help you handling the hoses. Handling a hose that has 8 bars. 170 psi, pounds per inch, approximately. This is something very difficult to bend and to drive it through corridors and ladders and to get on the upper deck through a hatch. It's very difficult. So you take place, please.
You are in front, you have
Okay. All
the
right.
measures.
Yes.
You are behind him, but you have he has a nozzle.
Yes, you have a nozzle, but a nozzle that is aggressive to the fire, and you have an umbrella.
Support him.
Yes, here is the support of the
Yes.
hoses, and you coordinate. So you want to coordinate from a
Okay.
distance.
Yes, because I look for the protection.
No, both of you, all of you,
Okay.
you have the
So I
same.
should be placed over there. Am I right?
You
We have
think
a close optical
All right.
view.
Let me tell you something else. If you are, don't move, guys. If you are here, you have no optical. They are tall guys, yes, but all right. Maybe you
Yes.
cannot see.
No, I cannot.
If the whole place is smoke, if there is smoke in the whole place, even if you are here, George, or even if you are here, or even if you are here, you can see something?
Just the fire.
Maybe. So, I guess that maybe the best place to be is here, because if there is smoke, you cannot see them, you will see just the source of the fire, but you can touch them and tell them, come closer, let's go forward, retreat. maybe the best place. And here, that it's me, the old guy. I'm trying to make you comfortable, gentlemen. This is not minor task. I'm trying to make you more comfortable. And, alright, we're doing something. When we left Christos over there, because he has a nail on his leg, huh? Please be seated. Thank you very much. No, it's okay. Please be seated.
Okay.
Why we have Christos there? This is firefighting, huh? And this is
for
For the
to open
valve.
the nose, to open the valve.
open the valve, yes. But why? Oh,
Because
open the
if we
valve
open
and
the valve,
let it.
because we have to focus on the source before opening the valve. If we open the valve before finding the...
You have read before. Before. I don't know. Right. Let me replenish a while. All right. Have you ever seen the hose that we're using to water our garden? If you leave it and you open the tap, what is that? Oh, it goes like a snake. Let's suppose that we place in this snake an iron head of 4.5 kilos. What is this head? Nozzle, even the one or the other, the nozzle. Half and a 4.5 kilos. And if you leave this hose with the nozzle free and you open the valve, do you think it will be done?
It will hurt someone.
It will not hurt someone. Maybe it will break some bones. Maybe it will break his head and it will kill him instantly. And believe me, guys, unfortunately, I've seen that with my own eyes. With my own eyes. That's why one of the in the damage control school of the Hellenic Navy, one of the reasons to tell you you have not passed, you failed as a trainee is to leave after the fire is put down, to leave the hose without closing the valve of the hose. If you put down the hose, after that everything is fine, and you don't shut the valve, they tell you,
Yes.
come again, crystal clear. So Christos, that was sitting there, he has a very important task to do. He takes order from which? From me. No, from the coordinator. From the coordinator who has the contact with the incident. He takes the order, open the water, close the water. Open the water, close the water. Let's go a little further. And after the three basic teams, they are the support teams. The ones that will come and carry out of the space some persons that maybe are wounded. Maybe they are unconscious. They are the persons that will be on the other compartments and will try with a hose that they don't let it run without control, or with just a bucket of water and a sponge. They try to cool the boundaries, the bulkheads of the adjacent compartments, in order to keep the heat expansion, the heat from the burning compartment to the other. These are the support teams. Also, there are two persons, the BA controller, breathing apparatus controller, and that checks Christos is wearing, he's on the third team, he's wearing, he put on the breathing apparatus and he goes in. And the time is 11 o'clock. So, in 30 minutes, he has to get out because the duration of the breathing apparatus is 30 minutes. If there are 35 minutes and he's not out, I have to send somebody else to replace him. These are the support teams. But the three teams that do the, what did we say, continuous and aggressive attack are three. Teams that conduct the continuous and aggressive attack are three. You can read here that more than stamina and strength, more than the good equipment, more than the good cooperation between the coordinator, the fire hose handlers, the nozzle handlers, and the rest of the team, more important is to know the techniques. To know the techniques. Luck is something that is not certain. And there's a Murphy law also. No. What means techniques? It's something more detailed. I will show you, I will represent what the technique of approaching the fire as the chief of the attack party, the attack team. I would like to be outside, but we cannot do that here. And see me how do I get in. But all right, we'll simulate that. First of all, the two hoses. Which is this? Five, I think. Alex. And this is the water wall, the umbrella. Two. Check out the angle that the door opens. All right. The two hoses. Alex, firefighting. Sotiris, umbrella, are coming close, and the chief of the firefighting team is between, in order to have contact, absolute contact with them. Maybe in the helmets, the firefighting helmets, there are they call it laryngophone, a kind of wireless in order to communicate with the. But the fire creates sound. If there's a burning inferno in the compartment, you cannot hear nothing. So I'm in touch with the two nozzle handlers, and the water well is always half a step ahead of the rest. Half a step ahead of the rest. So you notice the way the door opens. The water all comes here, in the perimeter of the door. And the firefighter is shut off. You put water on the water wall and you do some cooling on the door. Then the chief of the team opens a wire, just a wire. Of course, you don't know what happens on the other side. The water wall that is placed here makes a protective layer of water and does not allow heat and smoke to get out of the compartment. If everything is under control, then the chief opens the door a little more, and the firefighter, the other host, helping. Right? When the door is fully open, the firefighter opens water on the chief's order. What happens? Always remember, water will half a step ahead. The first that enters the burning compartment is the water wall. And then the firefighter. And just below the chief of the attack team. So I reverse the way, right? And now you can see me that here we have the fire and the two hoses get in. First of all, the door opens now this way. So the first is the water wall and then the firefighter. They do what I order them to do. They don't do, I remind you, they don't do whatever they think is good. They follow the techniques. They follow just the techniques. So, they get in. I get, in warships we have also some infrared cameras. Sometimes, not in the small ships. I get I understand the situation, and according to that, I tell them one step forward. They do one step forward, they close the door, one step forward, and then they kneel. Why? Because of respect. Because of the smoke. Very well. I want an additional answer. Please. I want an additional answer. We are on board the ship. Maybe we have rough seas. We have also two hoses with 10 bar, 10 atmospheres pressure. There is another one assigned outside to help them handle it. So, why? One reason is that the smoke and the heat goes up. Another reason, could you fancy another reason?
Balance.
Balance, very well. We are on board the ship, maybe we have a roll. So, when they kneel down, they are more stable. Also, the chief of the party kneels with them. He sees the situation. All right, everything seems to be optimistic. All right, 2 steps forward. 1, 2, they kneel again. Then the heart of the fire is there. I remind always, water wall half a step ahead. If the firefighter is effective enough and he starts, the chief sees that the fire is going down, all right guys, let's go 1 step forward. Again, raise 1 step and they kneel again. This is technique. This is technique, and this is what must be done. If we get in, all right, where's the fire? Maybe the result is wounded and dead people. Before making a small break, I want to give you personal experience that luckily went good. 2000, in the beginning, I was unfortunate. As a part of a team getting trained from the Royal Navy, we were 4 persons, and we were mixed with members of the Royal Navy in the firefighting simulator in Portugal. So we did all the techniques, and the last day, the 2 last hours were out of scenario, no scenario. It was a practice to control the awareness and the psychology of the team. The trainers were doing that without scenario in order to understand how you react in panic situations. So I was the water wall nozzle handler, and the guy half a step below me was a cook in a mine hunting vessel. But the chief of the team, of the attack party, of the attack team, was an executive officer in a frigate. He was experienced, and we were attacking to a liquid substance fire in the machinery room simulator. We were inside the simulator. So we did what we were ordered from the chief of the team to do. 1 step forward, kneel down. All right, everything is going fine. All right, 2 steps forward, kneel down, and suddenly the trainer shuts off, throws the water in my hose, the protection. What do you think happened then? The fire surrounded all of us. Yeah? I was inside the fire. I was inside fire. The chief of the team, who was experienced, immediately set the firefighting hose, the guy who was handling the firefighting nozzle, 1 step forward. That means half a step ahead of me, and he told him on water wall. He transferred the nozzle. The nozzle is making the umbrella or the beam by turning the head. He ordered him on water wall. So the fire stopped again on the water wall. And we retreated. When we achieved pressure on my hose again, he told me on water wall. So we had for a few seconds 2 water walls. He placed me again half a step ahead of everybody, and then we proceeded again. Let's have a small break, okay? Πόση ώρα θα κάνουμε διάλειμμα, παιδιά?
20 λεπτά.
Α, 20 λεπτά. Οκ. Πώς σας φαίνεται? Είχατε ξανακούσει κάτι τέτοιο? Θα σας πω